Very first variety I got here is the Azalea viscosum. This is a very hardy, woody azalea. It's mostly known as being planted in areas. It's more. Oh, I'm sorry. It's also known as a swamp azalea, which is basically you'll see this lot most of the time planted in areas next to edges of river ponds. This variety right here is a variety that has a pure white flower to it. It's more of a tubular flower. It's good for your pollinators. It's one of our native deciduous shrub varieties here. And what's great about this variety that it is very tolerant to wet conditions. So if you got an area in your backyard that's just always kind of damp and everything like that, you can plant this in that area and do well. As long as it's a well-drained area, this variety do very well. It's one of the varieties that's sort of forgotten about here. It is azalea, but it actually falls more into the category of the rhododendron. But still a nice pure flower. We still got maybe like we sold more than half the crop. We still got more of 100 and so much left. So just something to so we don't forget about this variety. Just sort of keep that in mind. Next picture, please.
Lots of Astilbe varieties have popped. We don't have any flowers on them yet, but these are some of the varieties that I put on for you that are in priority 1. Mostly because they look the best. They are canful. They are more than canful, and they are showing a lot of color in the stems so far. We have a couple varieties that are still available. Vision in red and the Rainland we still have a very large number available. So if you're looking for another perennial to add to an order, these are awesome. They do get really tall, bushy flowers. It's more like a group of flowers instead of an individual flower, but all of these are going to get really nice color on them. These are in a house that's been covered, so they do have a little bit of extra growth compared to some of our other varieties. But we do have, I think I put all of them on, and we're just going to rotate through the crops then for you. Next picture, please. These are really good looking right now. Super consistent crop. I'm going to be putting on, I have to walk another section that has the majority of our Hosta Patriots, but we do have a decent number of these that are all sold. I think I put another number on there yesterday. We're just working to make sure that that gets put into current for you. These are a really nice plantain lily that get a white and green variegation. The white is on the outside, which is a little bit different from most of them. Usually the lighter variegation is going to be on the inside. So these are just they're just popping some leaves. They're not quite can full, but they are ready to go out to your customers. Next picture, please. I put both the Shalom varieties on, both the Glabra and the Hot Lips, and they are handful, lots of separate plants, individual plants in each pot. No flowers on these yet, but you can see the top ones, the Glabra, do get a nice white flower, and the bottom get almost a magenta, like a lavender color. They call these turtle heads. I haven't seen the turtle head in there yet. I don't see it, but that's what they call the varieties. Really wet tolerant woodland plants.
Go ahead. There's actually more in front.
It was there. Okay. Yeah. So we were talking about the phlox. I've sent out phlox pictures before. The varieties were good for landscaping. Now they have a lot of extra growth on them. Some of them are flowering. These are the varieties that are back in T6. So these are the natural houses, unheated houses. The bedazzled lavender has some nice flowers on them. Our emerald blue and emerald pink are getting buds on them, haven't quite opened yet. And the candy stripes, which is probably my favorite phlox, has some nice new growth on there also. These are just some of the varieties that are back there. There are several more that are currently in current. So if you don't see one here, that doesn't mean it's not on for you. It's just not something that I grabbed a picture of yesterday.
Well, I basically really wanted to make sure everybody see about this is the hibiscus perennial varieties. We did move these into current. I couldn't move the entire full crop because this crop is actually split. We got half this crop is over there in S1, the other crop is over there in R3. R3 crop is still looking a little bit dormant. I did keep on continuous checking it out. It is rooted, but it's still dormant on top. The crop that is showing some growth on it is over there in S1. And the varieties you see up here on the screen are the ones that you can keep strolling down. As you can see, there's more than just one. Some really great varieties. They got some really good growth coming up on it. And if you have some of these in your yard like I do, you'll see that these aren't even doing nothing on the outside. They're still dormant. So this is a win. You got some very early starting for hibiscus and some beautiful colors. I actually plan on buying some more of these years. I actually love this variety. So there's something, just letting you know, we did move some into current for you. If there is a question more that you need more, we can move the entire, and we'll just control it what priority. But like I said, the only reason why I didn't do the entire one because the other crop half is still dormant on the top. Once it does, I will be moving those into current. Next picture, please. Next one is a Sedum Autumn Joy. We want to put these in as priority one. As you can see, you can roll run this crop. It's actually beautiful, gorgeous. We got more over there in R5. Sure. But we will be moving those as soon as they're ready. But we do got some good numbers for you on this one right now. Next picture, please.
We'll be able to rotate that crop just because we do have the direct sales now and the old crop in the natural houses. So we'll have these on for quite a while.
But these things are drop gorgeous.
Perfect time to send them.
Yep. The last picture is the Weigelia Maimonette. This was a question on what they look like at this stage. The one is on the very far left. That is the 2 gallon. It is, like I said, can fold, got some great foliage on it. It's over there in S10. The one that's on the right, that is the 1 gallon. It is about 2 weeks behind, but still I do have it in current because it is showing some growth and it's showing this active. This is Weigelia Maimonette. It's a very great variety. You can get almost two different variations when it comes to leaf. Now that depends upon where you can it or not or plant it. If you plant it in an area that's more shady, you're going to get that pure, almost white variegation, that picture you see that's on the bottom left. But if you have it more in the direct sun, once it starts getting into the summer, it gets hotter, you will see that foliage turn to more of a pinkish hue to it. So it depends upon what kind of color you want, depends upon where you plant it at in your landscape. That's just something to keep in mind. Great, like I said, both varieties active, but if you got customers who really want something really beats up right now, your 2 gallon is your better buy at this moment. But the 1 gallon is catching up once we start getting more warmer weather and more sun. But I just wanted to let you know what these look like and at what stage you were at.
So first up is the Prunus Okami. A 15 gallon. We have not had these on inventory since I believe 2011. So we are bringing these back out to you guys. We have 60 available. It just went on last night. They are starting to flower out. So as you can see, these do get a very bright pink color, and the center is almost a hot pink. They covered in blooms. They look absolutely gorgeous in the springtime. And then obviously you'll get the good fall foliage with the oranges and reds. It does stay relatively smaller for a Prunus, so it'd be great for urban areas, street trees, that kind of stuff. And then if you want to know how it was founded, there's a little tidbit down there from Captain Collingwood Ingram of England. The Prunus autumnalis, this is also a 15 gallon. Very similar to the Okami, but a little bit bigger and also gets a pale pink, almost white flower. Same scenario as the Okamis, loaded with buds, getting ready to flower, and then very similar on the fall foliage. And next up are the Kwanzans. These are a 7 gallon. I know we talked a lot about the 15s. So you guys should know what the Kwanzans are and what they do. But these are our 7s. We have 155 available still. They do put on a nice pink flower, which is almost like a double flower, as I would describe it. So if you are looking for something just to add on to a truck, this would be a great option to fill a little bit of space. And next up is the Malus Argentina. These are 7 gallon, over 300 available. That number may have changed since I did this, but as you can see to the right side on the background, that you can just roam around these trees. It's an entire bed full of nothing but Sargentinas, and these look absolutely perfect.